Hello guys, I'm Dr. Killer 1207, and this is Total War Warhammer once again. Once again, I'm playing the Empire again. I do like the Empire a lot of Bretonia. My opponent, this was a very enjoyable game, is the Vampires, but we're going to go over my lineup. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Halberdiers, 2 Great Swords, and 3 cheap Spearmen with 3 Archers. And in the back, I have Blazing Sun Knights. Of course, the General of Empire, and then the Bright Wizard. I've come to realize with the vampires on my last rant is that with their regen to counter is fire. So these knights are great against it, along with the Bright Wizard buffing up your troops. And also I switched to archers because cannons aren't really needed because most of the giants or flying units of the vampires don't have much armor. Well, on my opponent's side, he has what, 2, 3 zombies, I think. Yep. A corpse cart, the Stearnsman, of course, Graveguard, 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 Stalkers, okay, and then Spearmen, 1 Spearman, Cryptors, 3 Bats, which again, why I put the cheap spear guys in the back, so if he dives down on my archers, I can protect them, and then in the back here, he has, which I haven't seen many empires, or sorry, play, many vampires play this particular shock cavalry. Um, Again, this opponent is ranked in the 34, 36, maybe higher, I can't remember. And I can't show you the chat, which really sucks because we're chatting the whole time. And he actually turned out to be a really, really good guy. I'm going to actually fast forward it here because we talked for a minute. Here, though, as you can see, what he's going to do is take this right here. So I end up, I don't really want to face him uphill. And the vampires are pretty much faster, so I kind of want to avoid that. Again, so here what I do is I start backing up my army, so that way when he's not gonna come downhill on me basically. So as soon as he comes, he's gonna come like right here towards my guys where it's level ground, and it's even fight, and then the buffs the from the Bright Wizard. So here again, like I said, we were chatting for a minute. Great guy, really, really good guy. You'll see his name after, and he was giving me some pointers, and he even said, it was a great counter to his, because I've been working on it after that last video on how to find a great counter, which this actually works. I've beaten a couple vampires prior with this build, so this was a phenomenal game. But then again, I saw him I thought he was going to stay up here, and he doesn't. So I'm moving up my army slowly here. And so here, let's see. Okay, so he starts bringing out his bats. And here, what I do is, which is really important with archers too, because these things don't have, 45 armor. Not much armor. I don't think this has much armor either. 40 armor. So that again, the crossbows are more than necessary. But you can start seeing I'm going to focus this down tremendously. So here you can see he's moving his bats out this way. He's moving his bats this way along with his cav. So as I'm shooting it, I'm like, okay. So I start moving my cav this way to counter if his cavs try to come this way. Because really, I'm not worried about these right now. Those bats out there. So, it's kind of slow start. So he backs up his one cart, and I start shooting the other one, the Morris engine. I want that. I've learned you need to get rid of these before the engagement happens. These have to either be backed off or dead. So as soon as he does that, and they're out of range for my guys, I start shooting the Cryptors. So he hits me with the zombies, of course. So I come in with this. Now I'm going to bring this out to counter this flank right here. And I'm also going to bring in, so we're going to slow motion this. I'm also bringing in my great swords to come in this way to fill in this gap that's right here. Now, I made a mistake. I think I sent my calf too early. I watched the replay back and we discussed it, and I did. But he does something very sneaky too that I liked a lot. So again here, as you can see, I got the spear guys, another great swords where I'm going to probably swing out this way. I got these spear guys to protect and then these as reserve. So we go, and of course zombies or whatever. So here I end up taking real quick to smash in the side and to back up. So I shoot my archers over here and then I flip back here. Now this is what's really important on what he does. He swoops down with his bats to bog down my knights, which are the most important probably part of this build. And over here, same thing, he rushes in very quickly with the cryptors, his cavalry, and you can also see his spearmen are coming, and also his grave guards are coming. Basically, his whole thing is to get rid of my cav. So my micro is a little bad because I'm sitting here worrying basically about this. I'm sitting here, you know, with my mage giving buffs on all my guys. See here, I'm moving my swords guys this way, and I'm still keeping them in reserve because he still has this. But here, as you can see, he bogged down my my cav, so I couldn't really escape because these guys can keep them there. And then here, what he did great too was he used his bats to bog down my cav here, where it was really hard for me to escape back out of it. So he pinned the most important units down on this left flank. While I'm focusing on the middle, I start seeing what's going on over here, so I flip my archers over here to start shooting this left flank. Because over here on the right flank, I seem to be doing pretty fine. I'm not too worried. He also does something really smart here. He brings up zombies to attack my archers, which was great as well. But you can see here, you know, I'm trying to get out. You'll see the bats come in here in a minute to bog them down. Trying my best, but he's got Sternsman there, and you can see the buffs going. I'm doing pretty okay right now, so I'm really worried about this left flank though. So, and his cav is now loose to come around. But I bring up these guys to come over here. And one thing I can tell you though is that Vlad is very, very tough to kill. His regeneration is crazy. One-on-one, I don't think the general of the Empire can really beat him. But as you can see now though, like, he sent his cav into there, his bats are now free, and now I believe he starts sending in this bat to this side. And now I'm doing my best because I know he's coming after this now. I'm trying to get the spear guys set up to counter these bats to keep my archers online. But as you can see, clearing up my cav where I made the mistake of getting bogged down and not focusing right. I should have backed them off or got them back around towards the spear guys. But either way, so far the game still seems pretty decent. So I'm trying to get rid of as much as I can, but he's folding my left flank right now. So I'm pretty much running the right flank, but not fast enough. And again, if you look here, me and Vlad have been going at it non-stop. And now he's basically taken away my my archers from me with the zombie he spawned up on him, plus his bats that flown down. I mean, these bats are what, 350, 300 or something, and they're so, I mean, what you can do with them is really, really good. Again, I finally cleared up the right flank, but it's a little too late almost, so I need to start bringing in these guys towards here. The big hard part too is this, because these guys also have what is it, regeneration. So there's a lot of regeneration that he has. I mean, look, I've been duking it out with Vlad for a while, and he's still regenerating. Yeah, I was duking it out with him for a minute, and I think I used my potions already. And again, like he did with my cav, what he does is very smart. He sends his bats down to bog my general down, and then to get his cav in. So you can see here, you know, it was very, very tactically smart on his part to do that. So in a matter of basically losing this, ended up having me lose the middle, which was really, really important. Um, and again, I run the right flank over here, but it was a little too late. His bats were still alive. And the most important, again, the unit that I needed was that cav to really do a lot. And I mismicroed them pretty, I'm not going to say horrifically, but it was pretty bad. But as you can see here, I'm doing my best to try to get rid of the cav, and I think his regeneration has stopped. So I start trying to focus him down. I'm trying to get my general out to bring him back around along with my fire guy. I'm trying to basically eliminate the general. But as you can see in the bar, it's tilting the other way. And yeah, I mean, great play. I love games like this, and I don't mind showing games where I lose when I get played, or I don't want to say outplayed, but when we're both tactically, because like I said, he was actually a really, really cool guy. But you can see now, since his regeneration has stopped, that I'm trying to get him down. I really am, but he's using his bats to take out all my routing units. I don't have much left. I'm trying to bring stuff back, and it's just not working. He still has, again, these guys are regeneration. So, yeah, that was pretty much GG. But it was a great game. I really, really had a lot of fun with it, and he even said, you know, that was he enjoyed it, and we've made plans to practice, and hopefully I can get into tournaments. But I mean, other than that, like, yeah, look up this guy. I mean, he's awesome. Like, we talked for a minute, and yeah, here that, like, again, 38 and 4. The most important units really that I needed to really do something, I failed at. And just so that way, if you guys ever play Empire against Vampire, just know the fire is the way to go. Bring in, these guys are great, armor piercing, they hold well. These guys just uses the black back line to protect your archers, and just bring a couple great swords. Yeah. But anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this game. I know I did personally. Really enjoyed this game. It was a lot of fun, and I learned. I learned a lot from that. It's the best part about playing games like this that are really good players, is seeing what he did with his bats to bog down my cavalry, and then to attack with the cryptors and the spear guys, and his Stearnsmen, to really get those most important units out. So basically, what he did to me is what I did to his carts. You know, I focused them down with my archers, and what he did is he focused down my cavalry. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like, please hit the subscribe, and please leave comments, positive and negative, both. And anyways, guys, Total War on.